From Reuters TV, here are the top stories.
Too dangerous to govern.
As an election approaches, Trump amps up the rhetoric.
Rescuers search for survivors in the rubble left from Hurricane Michael.
On the high seas, Japan fights crime.
This is Reuters Now.
You don't hand matches to an arsonist, and you don't give power to an angry left-wing mob, and that's what the Democrats have become.
With control of Congress at stake, President Trump is trying to turn the tables on critics who have called his White House chaotic, insisting it's the Democrats who will bring chaos if they come out on top in next month's elections.
And they've become, frankly, too dangerous to govern.
I'm Andy Sullivan in Washington, where Trump is moving well past the usual political attack lines. Democrats want to raise your taxes, etc. Now he's seizing on last week's protests to portray Democrats as a dangerous horde with no regard for the rule of law, even as his supporters call for opposition figures to be thrown in prison. Protests against Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh providing fuel for Republicans. Trump, without offering evidence, calling them professional agitators.
Phony protesters that got paid.
Some on the left do seem eager for confrontation, targeting Republican lawmakers at airports, chasing Senator Ted Cruz out of a restaurant. Hillary Clinton reflecting the mood in a CNN interview, saying, quote, "You cannot be civil with a political party that wants to destroy what you stand for, what you care about." Even if Democrats win the House and the Senate next month, they almost certainly won't have the ability to muscle through their most far-reaching proposals, like universal health coverage. But they will pose a direct threat to Trump himself. They'll be able to investigate his business dealings, perhaps even start impeachment proceedings. Trump needs his supporters to turn out in force if he wants to avoid that scenario. This apocalyptic language he's using is his main tool at this point to rouse the Republican base.
Rescuers searched for survivors on Friday after one of the most powerful hurricanes in U.S. history slammed into the Florida Panhandle and killed at least 12 people. Florida Governor Rick Scott surveyed the damage from the air on Thursday, areas of Panama City looking like a bomb had gone off.
Well, especially the damage at Mexico Beach is just, it's devastating. You just pray to God that everybody survived that.
Mexico Beach was ground zero for the storm, which reduced whole neighborhoods to unrecognizable.
As far as these videos, side by side, the Alexa doesn't have the right aspect ratio. It's squashing from left to right, squeezing, I should say, whereas the Lenovo is nicer. Also, the picture quality on the Lenovo, I think, hands down beats the picture quality on the Alexa show. As you can see, the colors are richer, they pop better, it's clearer. Even though the other one is 720p, there is a difference, as you can see.
There's power lines, there's trees across the road. You start to get used to seeing homes with the roof torn right off.
Anyway, wanted to show you guys the difference between the two of them. I'm not going to play the entire video, so any questions, any comments, leave them down below. But you can see, I'm sorry I couldn't get the two of them to start exactly the same, but the faces look long and kind of horse-like on the left, as opposed to the ones on the right, which is in the proper aspect ratio, as well as the colors, etc. Over and out. Hope you enjoyed this comparison.